Guys, everyone knows that Brookhaven was released in 2020. You can see it here on the homepage, where it says it was released on April 24th, 2020. But that's a lie because, in fact, it was released in 2017. Today, I want to make a new version of Brookhaven, basically showing things from the past in the current Brookhaven using Roblox Studio. Here we have the Brookhaven map as it is now, where I can modify things, add cars, adjust them, and move them around. But we also have this other version of Brookhaven, which is basically the first. You can see that here we have a boundary, which in the current game we don't have. There's a lot different in this game, like this area, which is currently like this. So, I want to basically redo everything and add things from the past, like this restaurant, to see how it would look. But guys, up ahead, it looks like they're arguing again. He says, you need to train because you're not healthy. In a way, that's true. And the other says, that's not true. Guys, I think it might be true because he's actually not in the best shape. But no, that's not a lie. He says, I'll make a new gym just for him. Man, are you sure? I don't know if he'll want it. He said, okay, if it's good, I'll train. It looks like he's actually going for it. But guys, he's going to the ice cream shop, which seems to be his favorite place because he only comes here to eat ice cream all the time, okay? He even sent this emoji and said, he doesn't learn, right? So I noticed that. Guys, let's build a new gym for him because, from what I've seen, he didn't really like this gym. So, I'm running over here to get a mansion. Great, it looks like he's also running over here to do that, but I'll get here before him, okay? Maybe not by much, but I got here before him. I'm going to take a house on the right, which will be exactly this one. He said, no, you lost, and I won. That's not what basically happened. Actually, I won. Guys, the gym I want to make is going to be right in this garage. See? We have a huge space here that even already has a pretty nice gym in the back, which is quite interesting. So, I want to build the gym here. To start this, I'll get the props on the right and begin placing some interesting things, like these items here. See? These will be fascinating for training here. Very good. It's perfect. This part turned out to be fascinating. He said, I'll make the gym and you make the new game. Okay, that's perfect because I want to make my new Roblox game, the old Brookhaven, and he'll make the gym. So guys, looking at the old Brookhaven, there's a lot that's different. We have this horse stable where there's this circle that was completely removed. We also have this building that isn't in the current Brookhaven. In the current Brookhaven, the horse stable literally doesn't have that building, meaning it was completely removed from the game. But I'm going to put it back. Meanwhile, it seems like he's working on the gym, and it's looking pretty interesting. Guys, up here, I'm going to change the floor color to blue. Yeah, perfect. It looks a lot better. In a way, I'm going to make it a bit different. Maybe like this or like that. I'm not sure. If anything, he can ask me to change it later. But first, I'm going to take this building and copy it. Well, perfect. I copied everything, which was actually quite difficult because this entire model was grouped. So I had to copy block by block. Every piece inside, I had to copy to put it into my game. And that made the project a bit more challenging. But I'm not giving up. Okay, first, I'll copy this and paste it into the game. Yeah, it appeared on top of the school, which is kind of weird. But guys, I'll move it to its original location. So I'll place it around here. Look, I'm syncing it up perfectly. Now I'm going to move it to the side. And I notice that the floor is completely aligned. This means that if I try to modify this here, look, it just enlarges the entire floor, which isn't what was supposed to happen. So, my work got a bit more difficult. Perfect, I left it this way. But there's also this item here. See? It's from the horse area. So, I'll place it around here. Maybe. I think this is a good spot for this item. Exactly here. I'll adjust it more to the side. It's perfect here, in my opinion. Man, it looks great. I'm making a road to make this look perfect. Top. Here. We also have a huge fence on the sides, which I'll copy. Perfect. I selected everything and will place it in this part. See? The item appeared exactly here. I just need to figure out where to put it. Well, this seems like a good location. Also, I'll move this fence a bit more to the side. Right here. Exactly here. And, in the old Brookhaven, we have this interesting sign, so I'm copying it here. Guys, by placing it side by side with the one in Brookhaven, you can see that there is a difference. I'm going to delete this current one because it's too new. I need to remove it. Even these blocks, flying here in the middle of nowhere feels pretty weird. I selected and removed it, and now I'm putting the old version here, which now looks interesting, right? Coming over here, you can see there's definitely much more content because we have two pretty interesting stables, a giant fence, and also this circular area, although it's quite large, but it's basically the same as the old one, which was exactly like this. Guys, now I'm going to do even more things. So, what's happening back there? He said, I'm going to hit it this time. Like, this time, at least. And the other one is aiming at a target with an apple on top. He's joking about trying to hit the apple using this bow and arrow. I actually want to see if he'll hit it or not. And great, it looks like he threw it and perfectly hit the apple. Look, congratulations. Because if you missed, the player was done for, you know? And it seems like he even fell to the ground in shock. He said, but I hit the apple. But he fell in shock because what you did was bizarre. He said, well, at least your aim is good. Yeah, that's true. But look at how he set up the gym. There are so many more items. And he's even training back there. It's looking really great. He said, now you can train, right? So he has everything he needs to train. He just needs to start. He said, I need a TV in front of me. But seriously, look, this is kind of bizarre. Let me handle it myself, okay? Because I placed these items. I'll put a TV here on the right. Now I need to find the TV, which I'm having trouble locating. It's in these appliances. And here we have the television. Right here. Okay, I'll place it right here. I turned on the TV for him to see see what's on, which is just dolphins. Why does he want to see this? I don't know. He sent this emoji. And the other one said, my favorite channel? Alright then. The yellow one said, I'll put some weights here. Look, put them there because it will be important for him to train. So he placed exactly these. See? And he also added this other training setup where he trains like this. Guys, while they're doing their thing, I should start redoing other things, like the hotel, which is more or less like this. It even has a secret button here, which I don't even know what it does. But the current hotel looks like this. Its roof is normal, while this one is basically purple. And, guys, I have no idea what this button does. If you know, comment. But the snack bar used to look like this, and now it looks like this. Not much has changed. Looking at the kitchen area, we can see that we had a coffee machine that was also removed. Basically, the snacks. I'm not sure why they removed the coffee machine because, in my opinion, it was perfect here in Brookhaven, but suddenly they decided to remove it. Guys, I'm going to make the roof here just like the old roof, which was completely purple, and it also had a completely different color on the pillars. So I'll have to. Okay, I've selected this part, and I'm going to use this code to match the old Brookhaven exactly. I'll put it here in the back as well because it has two roofs. This code is perfect. Now, we need to handle the pillars, and all of them will look exactly like this. Guys, it's looking quite similar to the old Brookhaven, but something is still missing. Basically, the color of everything here was different. Well, this is the best I could do. You can see that it's all completely the same. It really does look a lot like the old Brookhaven. Even the back part is completely the same. I made everything identical, even this line. I had to change its color to keep it faithful to the original game. You can see that. Comparing them side by side, they're literally the same. On the left, we have the old Brookhaven, and on the right, the current one that I'm recreating. Man, there's no difference. It's literally identical, right? Now, let's move on to this part, which is quite tricky because, in the old version, there was something very different there. Even Big said here, put the old restaurant, please. So, for those who don't know, there used to be a restaurant that was completely removed. Also, this gas station was very different. It didn't have a convenience store. And also, I'm sure there were no secrets inside. And there weren't, because in this map, we have the restaurant, which was replaced by the mall. So it's completely different here. Also, going inside, we have a secret passage that leads us to the audience area. So it looks like I'll have to modify everything here. I even asked, should I put the restaurant back? I want to see what both think. Both came over, and one said, sure, while the other said, but that's the point of the video. Yeah, what he said is true. Indeed, I'm making this video to bring the old Brookhaven into the current Brookhaven. So, let's redo this entire thing. It's going to be a bit difficult, but it's not impossible. Everyone started training here at the same time. Everyone's training, but none of us are seeing any difference in our avatars, right? So guys, I'll start, but I'll need to remove this entire mall. It's going to be quite challenging, so I'll start by basically shrinking this part to make it easier to delete everything. Perfect. After a long time here, I selected the entire mall block by block, literally. Now I'm going to delete everything, and you can see that everything has simply disappeared, leaving a huge void in this part where I'm going to place the restaurant, making it exactly like the original. I'm also considering whether to remove this part because the old game didn't have it, so I'm seriously thinking about removing this convenience store section. And also, this part of the audience area, which wasn't there in the past. Maybe I'll keep it or maybe remove it. I'm not sure. But guys, I fell into the void, and the situation isn't looking too good, right? But now, I'm going to take this block and put it back. See, like this. It's perfect. We have a completely empty space here where I'll place the restaurant. I think it's going to fit just right. It'll probably work out. I placed it exactly here, carefully, and I need to bring it to this part to align it perfectly with the original game. It's even synchronized with this triangle part. See? It fits perfectly. Perfect! After some modifications, I've made it just like the old Brookhaven. And when I say I've made it identical, I'm not kidding. This is the old Brookhaven, and you can see that it has bugs, like this one, where it ends up looking like this. In the Brookhaven I'm creating, I also added this bug. Yes, I included a bug on purpose, for reasons you'll understand. But everything is perfectly placed. This path is just like the original game. Everything is meticulously set up. And going inside, guys, the most bizarre thing about this place, incredibly, is that it has secrets. Because we are coming to this part, we have an entire restaurant that looks really nice. But going to the back and climbing these boxes, we get access to the very first secret of all in Brookhaven. Yes, in the entire game. This was probably the first secret added, and it was even removed later. We also have something else back here. There's this giant staircase that should allow you to climb on top. I mean, you were supposed to be able to climb, but I can't seem to. But here, we basically have nothing, literally nothing. It's actually a bit disappointing. But guys, I'm seeing my friends here. They've gained a lot of strength because of the gym, and I'm the only one who fell behind because I'm completely weak. He sent these emojis and said, now I'm strong. I noticed that I'm the only one who fell behind because he gained strength, even the yellow one dot. But guys, I want to see what else I should add. So I asked, what more should I add? Because I want to know, right? He said, follow me. So, I'm going, and I asked if he wants to add anything to my game. I want to see if he has any ideas. He said no, he just wants to train. Alright then, keep training, it's fine, right? Guys, I'm following Big to see where he's going because I'm out of ideas on what to add. Even though I have a lot of ideas, it's so much that I don't even know what to choose. But, well, he's running here, on the right. I'll grab this hoverboard to get here faster than him. I beat him, but actually, he teleported. Did you see that? He just teleported in front of me and said, I won. I noticed. He said that this mountain didn't exist before. Well, that's true. This mountain, for those who don't know, wasn't there before, okay? It was actually added relatively recently because, in this version, you can see there are no mountains. There's also no tunnel underneath that you can go down. There's only one tunnel, which is this one. This also applies to this other mountain. Currently, it looks like this. I mean, not currently, right? Actually, it used to look like this, but in the new version of the game, it now has a tunnel you go down. I'm seriously considering just removing this. Because, look at how cool it used to be. I mean, it's definitely better now, to be honest, but as I said, I want to recreate the old Brookhaven, combining it with the current version. So, let's start with the modifications. First, I'm going to remove these 2 blocks in the road. Perfect. Now, I'll start putting this together and removing this mountain, along with these trees. Perfect! And also, this block is here. I'm placing the road right here to make it perfect. It's actually looking quite nice, I won't lie. It's starting to look like this, but there's one thing that's bothering me, which is exactly this part. For those who don't know, these are the state houses, where you can come here and pick the mansion you want. But since I'm recreating Brookhaven, I'll need to remove this part completely. You know, remove the ground, which I think I accidentally left a secret behind. Actually, it's just a piece of land. I thought it was a secret. Okay, I'll remove this entire section at once. Perfect. I'll also get rid of these weird edges. I'm basically going to reduce this, see? Making it very similar to the old Brookhaven. I'm trying to make it identical, but it's very difficult. He asked, "Are you finished?" So, I'm done. This is the version I'm working on. You can see that it's completely different. I completely redid this part, removed some areas, and added others. It's pretty similar to the original Brookhaven, you know? Even this part. I mean, not entirely, right? There are some bugs I'll need to fix. Perfect. I redid it after a good amount of time, and it worked out. Guys, it literally feels like I'm playing the old version. On the left, we have the old cemetery, and on the right, the current one. So, I'm seriously thinking about redoing this part. I mean, not redoing, but I just need to remove this tree here. Perfect. I also removed some tombstones, actually, all of them, like this. Now it looks a bit more like the old version, except for the fact that the fountain has changed, and it has changed quite a bit. The only thing I'm going to do is basically swap it, you know? Place it exactly in the center. It's perfect. Now it's really the old Brookhaven, even the cemetery, the new diner, the new hotel, and also the removed mountain. But there are more things, starting with the town hall. It's like this now, but back then there was nothing here. I mean, there was. Actually, it was the fire department that was here, but on the left, there was nothing. I'll continue because my current fire department is on the left, while on the right there was this town hall that I moved to. Okay, I moved a good part of it. You can see that it's completely divided, right? It's pretty weird. It even looks like a Barbie house. Done! I removed everything. It took a while, but it worked out. Now I just need to place this station on the right, which will also be a bit challenging. Perfect, I got everything, so I'll place it on the right. But, as I said, it has to be exactly like the old Brookhaven. It's good to see that it looks like it's attached to this part, so that's exactly what I'll do. I'll place it right against the wall. Perfect! Now we have a completely empty plot. Perfect! I redid it, and guys, it looks simply perfect. But I want to draw some inspiration from the past, because, if you don't know, the current Brookhaven was created in 2020, but there's an older version called Rocadia, made a long time ago in 2017. Even WX came here to check it out. But guys, for those who don't know, this is the very first version of Brookhaven, where we have a school. I think it's pretty clear that it looks extremely similar to the current school in the game. That would be this one. See? You can see that the hallway in this school is exactly like that. And in this old version of Brookhaven, it's exactly like this. You see? It's literally the same. There are some minor differences, like this one, which in this version is basically administration. In the original game, it's basically a school, I mean, a classroom specifically. Coming to this part, we have the restaurant, which, surprisingly, has an even older version that is oddly interesting. It doesn't look bad at all. In fact, it's quite nice. I wonder if it has secrets too. It doesn't seem so. Here we also have the hospital, which looks like this. It's simply a beta version of the hospital in the game, and it's exactly like this. In fact, this version has a somewhat strange feature, which is a completely secret room. Guys, in this version, we have 3 rooms. This one, and also this other one. But in this version, we have this one, which is new, and also this one. What caught my attention the most was this one, which seems like it could be a janitor's room, I think. I'm not sure, but it looks pretty odd. Guys, I just got stuck in the game. We also have the gas station here, which is strangely similar, literally a copy of the old version of the game, which was made in the current Brookhaven. Look at how the cars and tunnels work here. It's strangely like Brookhaven. I even found a secret. Check out how odd this part is. So, guys, if you want a part 2, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll make a part 2 with even more things in my version of Brookhaven. If you want to add me to Roblox, just click the Become a Member button, and I'll add you to Roblox.